Watermelon is not only a fruit with a naturally sweet and refreshing taste, but it also brings certain health benefits thanks to its rich content of essential nutrients such as vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds. There are many types of watermelons on the market. However, not everyone knows how to choose a watermelon that is fresh, juicy, and sweet. Some people have spent tens of dollars just to buy a bland watermelon. What a waste! Today, I'm really happy to share with you some tips on how to choose a good watermelon. I believe that once you understand it well, you'll be able to pick a watermelon that is fresh, sweet, and perfectly suits your taste. Let's begin. First, look at the yellow spot on the watermelon skin. Do you know why it has this color? That's the part of the watermelon that was in contact with the ground while it was growing. This part clearly has a different color from the rest. Because it touched the ground and didn't get enough sunlight, it didn't turn green. Look closely. If this part is yellow, it means the watermelon has been lying on the ground for a long time and has ripened naturally. That means the watermelon will be sweet, juicy, and crisp. If this part is white, it means the watermelon didn't ripen fully because it wasn't on the ground long enough. The taste will be bland, or worse, completely flavorless. Don't choose watermelons like that. Second, look at the watermelon stem. The stem is where nutrients are delivered from the plant to the entire fruit. So, what happens while the watermelon is growing? It's affected by various factors such as sunlight, fertilizer, water, and so on. All of these are reflected in the stem. The easiest way to tell if a watermelon is fresh is by looking at its stem. The stem is a part of the watermelon that, after being picked, starts to dry out and turns yellow or brown due to constant loss of moisture. Only fresh watermelons can ensure the flesh inside is crisp, juicy, and sweet. The most important thing is to avoid buying watermelons that were harvested too long ago. The inside might be spoiled, and it's even more disappointing if the taste is not sweet. So the best advice here is, the greener the stem, the fresher the watermelon. At the same time, we also need to pay attention to the curvature of the stem. When a watermelon is fully matured, the stem stops supplying nutrients, starts to curl, and dries up. If the stem appears curved, it means the watermelon ripened naturally in the field and will taste sweeter. If it was picked early, the stem will be straighter. If you see this type of watermelon, don't pick it. Chances are, it won't be sweet enough. Third, observe the patterns on the watermelon's skin. When buying watermelon, you'll notice it has dark stripes on the rind. They look like waves. The advice is, try to pick watermelons with clear and distinct stripes. The riper the watermelon, the more defined the stripes. Watermelons like that are very sweet and juicy. On the other hand, if the stripes are unclear or even broken, the fruit is usually unripe and less flavorful. So be careful. The fourth point is to look at the belly button of the watermelon. When we buy watermelon, you'll notice some have large belly buttons, and some have smaller ones. Which one would you choose? A large one or a small one? Today, I'm going to tell you, when buying watermelon, go for the ones with smaller belly buttons. Why is that? My dear friend, when the watermelon flowers and starts to bear fruit, the flower gradually withers, and that's when the belly button forms. As the watermelon grows and the flesh becomes larger, the rind becomes thinner and the belly button shrinks. So the smaller the belly button, the riper the fruit and the thinner the skin. On the other hand, if the belly button is relatively large, it means the watermelon was picked before it was fully ripe. It hasn't fully developed yet, so the taste won't be as good. Lastly, check the color of the watermelon. With naturally ripened watermelons, the color should be a deep green, fairly dark. On the contrary, if the watermelon looks light green or bright, most likely it's unripe and has a thick rind. It will taste quite bad and not enjoyable. Now let's check this watermelon using the tips I just shared. This watermelon has a curved stem and is very fresh. The rind is dark green with clear patterns. The belly button is small. The spot that touched the ground is yellow. Let's cut the watermelon now. Where are you from? Leave me a comment and let me know. I'm so happy to meet people from all over the world. Look at this, the watermelon has a very thin rind, it's fresh and full of juice. Do you remember how to pick a good watermelon now? Use these tips to pick a fresh, sweet, and crunchy one. Next, I'll share with you some fun and creative ways to cut watermelon that will make everyone go wow. Method 1. Take a quarter of a watermelon. Then cut it in half again. Pick one piece and cut off both ends. Now, use a knife to divide the rind into 3 parts. Then cut off the 2 outer layers of the rind. Keep only the middle part of the rind. After removing the rind, place it on a clean cutting board. Then cut it into evenly sized pieces. You'll see, the watermelon slices look like little Christmas trees or popsicles. Very fun. They look quite appealing, and kids will love them. This is especially helpful for picky eaters, it helps them enjoy fruit more easily. Or if you're having guests over, they'll surely be impressed by how unique it is. It's also very clean to eat, no dripping juice, and easy to hold. Method 2. Take a whole watermelon and cut it in half horizontally. Then use a round spoon to scoop out little melon balls. Keep going until all the red flesh is scooped. After that, keep the empty rind and use it as a bowl to hold the melon balls. Now, place all the balls inside the watermelon shell. You'll end up with a beautiful bowl of watermelon that will definitely catch everyone's attention. This method makes kids excited and increases their appetite. Especially for children who don't like vegetables, watermelon is rich in fiber and great for digestion. It's also full of vitamin C, which helps boost their immune system during seasonal changes. You can regularly include watermelon in your child's diet. Not only that, since it's mostly made of water, it's also great for the elderly, who often don't drink enough water. I've just shared with you some tips on how to pick fresh, sweet, and juicy watermelons. Do you have your own ways of choosing watermelon? Leave a comment so everyone can learn from you. Thank you so much. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. Don't forget to share it with your family and friends. And remember to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for your support. Goodbye. See you in the next video.